Okay, intensive practice 2.1. Solve the number 1 quadratic equation 3x x minus 5 equals 2x minus 1. Give the answer in 3 decimal places. Okay, so we take out the equation 3x x minus 5 equals 2x minus 1. Okay, expand the bracket and we have to make it into general form. So 3x squared, 3x times x, and 3x times negative 5 will be negative 15x. Then move the 2x here, negative 2x plus 1 equals 0. And simplify, so we have 3x squared minus 17x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, this question doesn't tell us what is the method to find the roots. Okay, so I'm going to use this formula. Formula x is negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So for this one, I write down a equals 3, b is negative 17, c is 1. So the formula say x is negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we have to replace all those values. Negative 17 plus minus negative 17, make sure you put bracket, squared, minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, so this becomes 17. Plus minus, you take a calculator and calculate inside the square root first. That is negative 17 squared minus 4 times 3 times 1. So squared minus 4 times 3 times 1. So I got 277. Square root of 277 over 6. Okay, so from now we have to write it down twice. First check with the calculator what is the square root of 277. That is 16.64. So you write down here 17 plus 16.64. There one 3 decimal. Oh, okay. 3 decimal mean I will take 3 decimal here. 16.643 over 6. And then rewrite 17 minus 16.643 over 6 again. Okay, there are 2 values there. Okay, 17 plus 16 will be 33. So divide by 6, 33.643, then divide by 6. So the first answer, so x1 will be 5.607. Okay, make sure you round off correctly. So because after 7 is 1, so 5.607. The other value will be 17 minus 16. 17 minus 16.643. Then press equal. Then you divide by 6. So you get 0.0595. Okay, so we have finished question number 1. Okay, question number 2. Given a quadratic equation 2 x minus 5 squared equals 4x plus 7. Express the equation in general form, that is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, how to solve this? First, take out the equation. 2x minus 5 squared equals 4x plus 7. Okay. You have to understand, in order to expand this bracket, you have to write down twice. 2x minus 5 x minus 5 equals, okay, now this one I will just write, I multiply, so I will get 4x plus 28. Here I have not yet, okay, I'll write down 2. I'll expand this bracket first. X times x, x times negative 5, negative 5 times x, negative 5 times negative 5. So I will have x squared minus 5x minus 5x plus 25. And then I'll bring these two ones to the other side also, become minus 4x minus 28 equals 0. Okay, then I have to expand to multiply everything here. So I will get 2x squared, 2 times negative 5, negative 10x, and negative 10x again, plus 50 minus 4x minus 28 equals 0. Okay, simplify. 2x squared, there is no more. 2x squared, and then you can use calculator to calculate negative 10, negative 10, negative 4. You press calculator, negative 10, negative 10, negative 4. So the calculator give you negative 24. So there is x. Okay, and then number only 50 minus 28. 50 minus 28 will be 22. Okay, plus 22 equals 0. So the answer, that one is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So this is the answer for A actually. Done. Okay. Alright. And for B, state the sum of root and the product of root of the equation. Sum of root. From this equation, we want to find the sum of root. What is the formula for sum of root? That is negative b over a. Okay, so I write down here, a will be 2, b is negative 24, c is 22. So sum of root will be negative 24 over 2. So it become negative become positive. So 24 divided by 2 will be 12. That is sum of root. And product of root, POR, is C over A. So C over A will be 22 over 2 equals to 11. And that's it for question number 2. Okay, question number 3. If alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equations 2x squared plus 6x minus 7 equals 0, form equation with the following roots. Okay, what is the reason they tell you that alpha and beta are the roots of this equation? Because alpha and beta will be our reference. Okay, so for number 3, whenever you see that alpha and beta are the roots, write down the equations. So 2x squared plus 6x minus 7 equals 0. So actually you already know how to find sum of root and product of root from equation. That is sum of root is negative b over a, product of root is c over a. So but then instead of writing as sum of root and product of root, you write down alpha plus beta to represent sum of root. Okay, so the formula is still the same, negative b over a. So it is negative 6 over 2 will be negative 3. So the value for alpha plus beta will be negative 3. The value for alpha times beta, which is product of root, will be c over a. So equals to negative 7 over 2. So 7 over 2 you cannot simplify. Then we are ready to do A. Okay. Form equation with the following roots. First, what you have to know is that in order to form equations, you have to know the formula for a quadratic equation, that is x squared minus sum of roots x plus product of roots equals 0. Okay, so our roots given, so I will write down the roots. The first is 1 over 2 alpha plus 1, and the second one is 1 over 2 beta plus 1. Okay, so as in any equation that asking you find equation, you have to find the sum of root and the product of root. So how to find sum of root? Add. So sum of root is adding these two, 1 over 2 alpha plus 1 plus 1 over 2 beta plus 1. So how to add this fraction? You have to use the concept of fraction, usual fraction. So we have to make sure that we have the same denominator. So how to make it into equal denominator? So the denominator will be 2 alpha plus 1 times 2 beta plus 1. Okay, so since the denominator are not the same, so 2 alpha plus 1 times 2 beta plus 1, so 1 also have to multiply by 2 beta plus 1. So 1 here multiply with 2 beta plus 1. Similarly, if 2 beta plus 1 multiply by 2 alpha plus 1, 1 also multiply by 2 alpha plus 1. And then we expand the bracket. 1 times 2 beta, so it become 2 beta plus 1. 2 beta plus 1 plus 2 alpha plus 1. Okay, so at the same time, what we do with the below here, because we do not know the value of 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1, we have to create equation in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So far we do not have this pattern. Okay, so what we do, we multiply also. 2 alpha times 2 beta will be 4 alpha beta. 2 alpha times 1, that's 2 alpha. 1 times 2 beta, 2 beta. 1 times 1, 1. Okay, what is the next one? So 2 beta plus 2 alpha, or 2 alpha plus 2 beta. 1 plus 1, 2. See, this is on the top. So the below here, we do not need to rearrange anymore. So we do not, but we do not have the value of 2 alpha plus 2 beta. Similarly with here, so 4 alpha beta, do we have to change anything? No, because we already just replace alpha beta. Okay, plus 2 alpha plus beta become 2 bracket alpha plus beta plus 1. But the top is not yet finished yet, so I just write down here. So 2 alpha plus beta also plus 2. Okay, now is the time for us to replace alpha plus beta as negative 3, alpha beta as negative 7 over 2. So on the top, 2 alpha plus beta will be negative 3 plus 1. Oh, sorry, plus 2. And then below here will be 4 times negative 7 over 2 plus 2 times negative 3 plus 1. Okay, so on the top, 2 times negative 3 will be negative 6. Negative 6 plus 2 will be negative 4. But below here is little bit complicated, so I prefer to use calculator. So 4 times negative 7 over 2. Then I multiply here. You get negative 6. Then plus 1. So I get negative 19. Negative 19. So the answer will be 4 over 19 because negative divided by negative. That is the value for our SOR. So then we find POR. Okay, so the root 1 is 1 over 2 alpha plus 1. The other this for to find POR, we multiply this. Okay, so POR will be the first root 2 alpha plus 1 times 1 over 2 beta plus 1. Okay, so 1 times 1, 1. So the answer here will be 2 alpha plus 1 times 2 beta plus 1. To make it easy, actually we had done multiplication below here. Okay, this is exactly the same thing. So what we had just now below here, whatever the same thing, we have the same thing, we have the same thing. So the value on the below here will be negative 19. Okay, up to okay. So in case it's different, then you have to do a little bit changing or whatsoever. But then in this case, it's already there. Okay, so we get 1 over negative 19. So the equation, therefore the equation will be x squared minus sum of root 4 over 19 x plus product of root negative 19 equals 0. So you multiply everything with 19. We have 19 x squared minus 4x. This is negative. Minus 1 equals 0. So that is the answer for question number 3A. Okay, question 3B. Since actually during exam there is no such thing, this question with A, B and C is either you have to this equation and this, or you have this statement and this roots, or either you have this and with this root. Okay, so I will repeat the same process that we need to do. That is, if alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, you can find the value for alpha plus beta and alpha times beta. So for number 3B, equation is 2x squared plus 6x minus 7 equals 0. So alpha plus beta, which represents sum of root, is negative b over a. A is 2, b is 6, c is negative 7. So negative 6 over 2 equals to negative 3. So value for alpha beta means product of roots. is C over A, will be negative 7 over 2. And then we have formed equation with the following roots. Again, I will repeat, quadratic equation will be in this form: x squared minus sum of root times x plus product of root equals 0. Okay, so our root will be 5 alpha over beta and 5 beta over alpha. Okay, now we have to find sum of root. So sum of root will be 5 alpha over beta plus 5 beta over alpha. Okay, so beta multiplied by alpha on top of 4 multiplied by alpha, alpha times beta on top also multiplied by beta. So we have 5 alpha squared plus 5 beta squared over alpha beta. So in this case we can factorize 5, and we have alpha squared plus beta squared over alpha beta. Okay, but then we do not know the value for alpha squared plus beta squared. So this is another factorization that you have to memorize. That is, alpha squared plus beta squared will be alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. That is the factorization for alpha squared plus beta squared. Alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. This formula is not given, but so you have to memorize it. So already alpha beta, and we have to replace alpha plus beta. The value will be negative 3 squared minus 2. Alpha times beta is negative 7 over 2 over the value is negative 7 over 2. Okay, it's rather complicated, so I will choose to use calculator. I will calculate on the top. 5 times negative 3 squared minus 2 times negative 7 over 2. Actually, we can cut 2 and 2. We have 7 here. Okay, so on the top, this is 9. 9 times 5, 45. 45 plus 7. So, will be 52. 52 divided by negative 7 over 2 times 2 over negative 7. Okay, jadi 52 divided by negative 7 over 2, so times 2 over negative 7. So shift ABC will give you negative 104 over 7. Negative 104 over 7. That is our SOR. Then find the POR. POR is 5 alpha over beta times 5 beta over alpha. So before you multiply, actually we can cut beta with beta, alpha with alpha. So the answer will be 5 times 5, 25. Okay, so the equation, therefore, the equation will be x squared minus sum of root negative 104 over 7 x plus product of root, which is 25, equals 0. Okay, so simplify without the fraction. We will have to multiply everything with 7. So we have 7x squared plus 104x, but then 25 times 7, 25 times 7 will be 175 plus 175 equals 0. Okay, done with question number 3B. Okay, 3C. 3C. If alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation 2x squared plus 6x minus 7 equals 0, form equation with the following roots. There is alpha plus 3 beta, 3 alpha plus beta. Okay, so if alpha and the beta are the root of this, we can find the value for alpha plus beta, which represent sum of root. Sum of root from equation, we can use the formula negative b over a. So negative 6 over 2 equals to negative 3. So alpha beta, which is alpha times beta, is product of root. Product of root from equation is c over a, negative 7 over 2. And how to form equation with the root? First, you have to know equation is x squared minus sum of root x plus product of root equals 0. So we have to find sum of root and product of root. So the equation or the roots are alpha plus 3 beta, 3 alpha plus beta. So we have to find sum of root. Sum of root, we just add the root. Alpha plus 3 beta plus 3 alpha plus beta. Okay, so we have to rearrange this until we in such an order where they are only in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So I will write down alpha plus beta plus 3 alpha plus 3 beta. So the first part is complete. Alpha plus beta will be negative 6. Will be negative 3. But then for 3 alpha plus 3 beta, we have to factorize 3. So we write down here alpha plus beta plus 3 alpha plus beta. And we can replace the value of alpha plus beta as negative 3. Alpha plus beta is negative 3 plus 3 alpha plus beta is negative 3. So negative 3, negative 9, because 3 times negative. So the answer is negative 12. That is the value of sum of root. How about the product of root? Product of root, multiply the two roots. Alpha plus 3 beta multiply with 3 alpha plus beta, and we have to expand the bracket. Alpha times 3 alpha, 3 alpha squared, alpha times beta, alpha beta, 3 alpha times 3 beta, 9 alpha beta plus 3 beta times beta will be 3 beta squared. So how to find in terms of alpha plus beta or alpha beta? So looks like here 3 alpha squared and 3 beta squared, we have to combine them. So 3 alpha squared plus 3 beta squared. This one is alpha beta and 9 alpha beta. If we factorize, no need, dah complete. So alpha beta plus 9 alpha beta. Only this part we have to factorize 3 first. 3 alpha, 3 bracket alpha squared plus beta squared. So for alpha beta, I'll just replace with negative 7 over 2, 9 negative 7 over 2. For this part, the formula for alpha squared plus beta squared, if you factorize, you have to remember alpha squared plus beta squared equals to alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. So 3 alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. Okay, but then for this part, I just want to calculate, simplify immediately. Okay, but then if you choose to calculate later, it's also okay. But to save space, I'll just calculate negative 7 over 2 plus 9 times negative 7 over 2. So I will get negative 35 for this part. Okay, and then I still have to substitute. Alpha plus beta will be negative 3 squared minus 2. Alpha times beta is negative 7 over 2 minus 35. Okay, so this one I can cut. This will be 9. 9 times 3, 27. And then here negative 1 times negative 7 will be plus 7. And minus 35. So 27 plus 7 will be 34. Minus 35 will be negative 1. So that is the value for product of root. Therefore, equation will be x squared minus sum of root. Negative 12x plus product of root plus negative 1 equals 0. And simplify the symbols. X squared plus 12x minus 1 equals 0. So that's the answer for number 3C.